Hey, what up? It's Patrick from Region Unlocked. If you've watched any of my videos, you've probably realized that I really love video games. Not just playing them, but collecting them too. Back when I lived in the States, I had a pretty good collection to my name, but it was mostly just childhood games. However, that changed a bit when I moved to Japan, as you can probably tell. Hey man, the games are just insanely cheap here. We're talking in-box Path of Radiance for 30 bucks. Come on, man. Or Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix for 80 cents. With the manual. Anyways, getting a bit carried away. I'm pretty satisfied with where my collection stands, but you may have noticed something. Something terrible. Here. Right here. My Super Famicom games are naked. As in they don't have a box. Now the reason for that is because Japanese carts in the secondhand market are just ridiculously cheap. I mean, my most expensive game here is probably Mother 2 at $12, where most of my other games range between 50 cents and $3. So I made the correct financial decision to just collect the carts and not the boxes. But the problem is, I love physical media, but I just couldn't justify that financial decision until today, when I had a great idea. Why not use my love of collecting video games to fund my love of collecting video games? And what I mean by that is, after living in Japan for about a year, I've got a pretty good idea of the general prices of games in my area. And then I started looking at how much these games sell online for, and that got me thinking, wow, market opportunity. So the plan is simple. I'm gonna sell games to buy games, to then sell more games, and to buy more games. Sounds simple, right? So my goal is to take this disgusting shelf of loose cards and turn it into a beautiful shelf of complete in-box Super Famicom games without spending any money. All while documenting the process so you guys can follow along too. Also ignore the loose Nintendo 64 games. That's for season 2 if we get there. Anyways, without further ado, this is episode 1 of Complete in Box. Alright, day 1, games left to box, 23. I actually don't have 0 games on the shelf. There's actually one game you may have noticed that's in the box. This guy right here. I got Dragon Quest V, so I had actually picked this up before I started this challenge because it was a really good price and, well, I wanted it. And when I got it, it actually kind of gave me the idea for the project as a whole. Like, hey, why not collect the games? So I'll still count it in the overall total for the project, but yeah, this one already is boxed. So I guess we're at 1. Money in the bank, 0. But hey, you gotta start somewhere. And where are we gonna start, you may ask? Well, let me tell you. Boom, right here with these 2 bangers. So I had bought an N64 bundle last year and got a couple duplicates of Ocarina of Time and Super Smash Bros. So we're gonna use these as our seed money for the whole project. And you might be saying, hey, that's cheating, you said $0. And to that I say, shut up. So let's get these on the market and see if we can get some money in the bank. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get these listed up on Mercari, which is like Japan's version of eBay. And with the goal of making a couple thousand yen, we'll see. I could probably make more money if I try to sell them to an international audience, but I thought for these first sale, I'd keep it simple and keep it domestic, just in Japan. So yeah, I'll get these listed up on Mercari, and I will report back when we have some sales. All right, it's update time. So it's been about a week and I've made 0 sales, yay! So I ended up having to actually list these on Yahoo auctions, and even after reducing the price, I've gotten no takers. Now I do have a backup plan, it's right here, and I will let you know what that is if worse comes to worse, but for now, I have one other idea. I know I mentioned earlier that I was going to list these on Mercari, and I wanted to, but I'm currently in the process of renewing my visa, and Mercari has some pretty strict guidelines on how to register for an account, so I wasn't able to make an account, But I did get some good news, and my new visa is ready to go. So we'll go get that picked up, and then I can make a new account and hopefully get some sales. But before that, let's grab some lunch.大丈夫です。はい、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございました。
ごめん、ここ入ってくれる？
はい。
置いといてください、まっすぐに。
はい。
ちょっといっぱいになって。
あ、なるほど。ここ大丈夫ですか？はい。
ごめんね。
はい。
1日150円だけ取っていい？
はい、お願いします。
はい、ありがとう。
はい、あります。
さあ、気をつけていってください。
はい、あります。切り離しをいたします。前より森山です。Okay, and just like that, we are back with Pocari Sweat and resident card in hand. So let's go ahead and get this account created and start making some sales, baby. Let's go. Okay, I got some big news, but before we get to that, I have a little update. So I was out shopping at a thrift store the other day, unrelated to this project, when I found a deal that was too good to pass up on. And that deal is right here. Now, I'm not going to show you what it is yet. As you know, we don't have any money in the bank to afford this, so it's going to remain locked until we hit the goal of 900 yen. And at that time, I'll show you what this is. Trust me, it's going to be worth the wait. But on to the big news. We've got some sales, baby. Not one, but 2 sales. So we ended up selling these pretty quick on Mercari. Each of them sold for 550 yen. So that brings our total up to 1100, which is enough to open up our unlocked item. Except, first we gotta remove fees. So that takes out 45 yen on each. And then I also have to pay for shipping, which is 150 yen each. So that brings our total down to 702. So not quite at our goal. But I have one more backup plan that I had mentioned earlier. And that's right here. Crash 1, 2, and 3, baby. The reason I'm going to be selling these is that I have better copies of all 3 of these out on my shelf. This first one is the PlayStation The Best, which I don't really like. It's like the Japan version of Greatest Hits, so I don't really like that. Crash 2, perfectly fine, but I found this really cool holographic version, so you know I had to buy that. And then Crash 3's disc was acting a little wonky, so I just went on and bought a fresh one. I'm not sure if it's actually broken, so we'll get it cleaned up and test it to make sure before we try selling it. But I'm gonna throw these on Mercari and hope we can make maybe 1,000 yen. we'll see if we can sell the third one or not. That'll definitely affect our overall sales. So I'll get these on the market, but before that, let's get these packed up and shipped out.
Let's go. We ain't slowing down, baby. Come and show me how. Gotta do it right now. You know you gotta hold me down. Can I let the moment pass? Good things they never last. Pull up in a whip, you know I had to hit the gas. Yeah, that's premium. Pull up with a team and I ain't worried about the other side. They know that they ain't.
Okay, we are heading down to the convenience store to get these mailed out. And as you may have noticed, it is raining. Woohoo! However, we gotta get these mailed out today because I want to get a good review. Because right now I got no reviews. And I'm pretty sure if I get some good reviews on my account, it'll really help me get some more sales in the future. So, whether it rains or not, we're heading down to the convenience store.
Never change the blueprint cause we know it's really working. Moving. Keep on moving along. Keep it moving, keep it rolling. No, we ain't slowing it down. Never slowing down, never.
And just like that, we've completed our first sale. Easy peasy. And as a little reward to myself, I got myself a little chicken snack. So, I'm gonna enjoy that and walk home. The chicken snack in question. Very good. Okay, it's the next day. Let's get these games cleaned, tested, and ready to be sold. But before that, I was looking around on my shelf when I realized I also have this Crash Team Racing, which if you might notice is also PlayStation the best. So I figured I might as well sell this with the bundle of these to try and increase the value. Also, you may have noticed this still has the price sticker on it. It says junk and 110 yen, which is about 60 cents, 70 cents. And if I remember right, I'm pretty sure these three games were also junk. And if not, they were all under $1 or $2. So I may be cheating on this challenge a little bit, but you know, it's only a couple bucks and I gotta sell these anyways. So let's get them tested. So after a little bit of testing, these all work perfectly fine. I did a little bit more testing off camera just to make sure that the third game actually didn't freeze, and it didn't. So all good there. Also, I didn't mention it before, but can we talk about what they did to our poor boy Crash here? Like, look at him. That ain't Crash. Who is that? What did they do? What's going on here? Is he riding Yoshi? They really had to animify him for the Japanese audience. Honestly, I probably want to make a whole video just talking about the localization of Crash in Japan because it's actually pretty interesting. But that's a video for another day. For now, let's focus on getting some sales. It's update time. That's right. We've got some sales, baby. It's been about, what, 4 or 5 days, and we were finally able to sell all 4 Crashes. I had to lower the initial price down from 1,600 yen to get some sales, because Crash doesn't sell quite as fast as Zelda, believe it or not, in Japan. But we still got a good price for these. I'm sure you're wondering if we got enough to unlock our mystery prize, and let me tell you, these sold for a total of, drumroll please, I forgot. Huh? Okay, a total of 1,300 yen, baby. Woohoo! But first we gotta take out Mercari fees, which is about 150, and then shipping fees, which is also about 150. So that leaves us with a profit of 1,000 yen, which puts us well over our goal of 900. That brings our total in the bank up to what? Let me check. Brings our total to 1,690 yen. Let's go. That's more than enough money to unlock our mystery prize. But before I show you what that is, let's get these shipped out, shall we? Let's go. Okay, we got those chipped off, all good. Now, let me show you what this mystery prize is that you've been waiting so patiently for. Once again, drum roll please. Okay, here we go. It's a full, complete, boom, N64 system. That's right. We got the whole thing here, complete with a controller, power adapter, AV adapters, and the console itself. Now, I have no idea if this works, what conditions it's in, so we may have gotten ripped off, I don't know. But even if it doesn't work, for $6, or not even $5, totally worth it, just for the controller alone. So yeah, but first, let's look at the label here. Little Japanese lesson time. We have first here, junk in katakana. Sure you can understand that? Junk. But again, in Japan, junk can just mean it's not perfect. Doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't work. And then we have this henpin fuka. So henpin means return goods, and then fuka means like can't do or not allowed. So essentially no returns, junk. But it looks pretty dang clean to me. Also, this controller is not even off-brand. This is an on-brand Nintendo first-party controller. So I think this is an insane deal. So yeah, let's get this opened up. Check, maybe there's a memory pack in here. That'd be insane. Yeah, get it tested, make sure it works or doesn't work. Maybe diagnose the problem. But yeah, let's get right into it. Let's go. All right, folks, let's get this bad boy opened and see what we're working with. So I guess technically this is going to be the first purchase of the project. So yeah, I said it was 900 yen, but you can see here with tax, it brings up to 990. So that's 990 yen out of the bank account. That's okay. We'll be making that back and then some, hopefully. So yeah, let's open this up and see what we got. I need some scissors for this. More scissors. Okay. All right, right off the bat, let's look at the controller. Looks clean. Feels nice too. Jeez, this is junk? That's crazy. That's solid. That's like brand new. It's a good joystick for 64 too. Wow. Very happy with that. That looks great. All right. Big moment here. Let's check if there's a memory pack. Almost certainly not, but never know. Nope. Just a standard jumper bag. That's okay. Wasn't expecting anything else. But overall, this looks clean. There's a little smudge there. Yeah, overall, looks clean. Wowzers. I'm trying to remember if these are normally exposed. Let me look at my normal 64 here. Yep, no, that's just how it is. Dang, yeah, no, that's clean as hell. Okay. So yeah, let's get it plugged into the TV and see if we have any life. Alrighty, I got it all hooked up and I got a couple games here to test it out with. It's the first time I've turned it on. We'll see if it even powers up. Let's check out Animal Crossing first, see if it works. Okay, first up. Looks good, powering on. Oh, we got life. I saw a flash. Standard cartridge game. Let me give it a blow. Here we go. Okay, still nothing, but I'm not losing faith. This is pretty standard N64 behavior. Let's give it another try. Oh, I really thought about it that time. There it is, baby. It's working. Oh, that's big. That's really, really big. Let's check the controller, see if this works. Start. Oh, yeah. We're in. All right, yeah, this is working great. I almost can't believe it, but at the same time, I can't believe it because Japan, and they'll label anything that's not perfect as junk. This thing works, baby. Let's try out Mario Tennis just to make sure. First try? No. Of course not. Second try? No. I'll definitely clean out the pins with some alcohol before selling it. I guess I also have it. Oh, and there it goes. Yeah, this thing works great. No problems. I can't believe it. All right, well, let's test out Kirby while we're here. Might as well. First try, baby. Come on. Come on. Oh yeah, that's first try Kirby right there. Yep, absolutely no problems with this. Yeah, I'll obviously do a little bit more longevity testing just to make sure nothing pops up off camera, but this is looking really promising for some big sales. So yeah, I'll do some further testing and then we'll go from there. All right, it's been a few days and here I am biking back home when I had to stop at a bike shop to do some maintenance on my bike, and I realized I was actually pretty close to a book off. Now, if you don't know, Book Off is one of the biggest secondhand chains in Japan, where despite its name being Book Off, they have a lot more than just books, as you will see soon. So it's one of my favorite spots to stop and look for retro games. So let's head inside and see what we can find today. Whereas the main goal being today is to find some N64 games to add to the bundle so we can hopefully make some more money when we eventually sell it on Mercari. So starting right off, I'm not getting distracted at all and going straight to the 64 games. And by that, I mean I'm going to look at these Super Famicom games first. Now, we don't have the money to buy any of these yet, but eventually we'll be picking these up for the project at some point. So I'm mostly just taking a look at the prices to gauge what the market's like right now and to figure out what I'm going to want to be buying once we get some money in the bank. And here I go getting distracted by the Game Boy Advance games. We got Metroid Fusion here, one of my all-time faves. Definitely want to pick that up at some point. Moving on down to the Box 64 games. Won't be able to pick any of these up today as they're too expensive, but they're fun to look at. And I always like to flip through the Sega Saturn and Dreamcast games to see if there's anything that catches my eye. I'm not super knowledgeable on all these games, so I kind of just flip through and see what looks interesting, and then I look it up to see if I want to pick it up. For example, we got this Godzilla game here, which did look interesting, but for 1,800 yen, yeah, I'll pass for today. Okay, now we're moving down to our main attraction, our loose N64 games. Now we're looking for something cheap and popular to add some value to our bundle. So I'm thinking maybe some mainstream Mario games, maybe Mario 64, Paper Mario, Mario Party, Mario Kart, things like this that can add some easy value to our bundle. And I made sure to flip through every single game to make sure I didn't miss anything of extreme value. And here I go getting distracted again, looking at some PS1 games, just because why not? And now I'm heading down to this miscellaneous hardware section. Now this is actually where I found the N64 a few weeks back, so just wanted to check to see if they had anything of extreme value, but all they had was a Super Famicom, which was pretty discolored, so I took a pass on that one for today. And I think that will bring our Book Off purchasing journey to an end. So we'll get checked out here and load up our goods into my backpack and head back home. And on the way home, I had to stop and grab some sushi. Nothing too fancy, but can't go wrong with some conveyor belt sushi, am I right? Alright, so here's the haul. Let's get into it. We'll start with the main attraction here, which will be our N64 games. First up, boom, Mario Kart 64, 300 yen, 330 yen with tax. Looks real clean. Look at that. It's brand new. Let's open this bad boy up. Might need scissors for this. Okay. Do you love tape? I love tape. And there she is. Take a look. Oh yeah, she's looking real nice and clean. So yeah, we'll bundle this in with the 64. I'm sure that'll increase the value. Who doesn't love Mario 64, am I right? Yeah, this looks good as new. I'll be sure to test it out before selling it, but yeah, that's a win right there. Classic game, classic. Put that over here. All right. Up next on the N64 lineup, we got Mario 64. Mario. Also 300 yen, 330 yen plus tax. Looking a little less clean, but still pretty clean. So let's get this bad boy open and take a look. So exciting. All right, looking a little closely, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it still looks pretty clean. The tag is a little sun color, a little faded, not quite pure white as that Mario 64. Got a few little scuffs, not sure if you can see that on the camera. Couple scuffs, definitely been loved, but overall pretty clean condition. And another absolute banging classic game. It's an essential for your N64 collection, so should go good to sell with that bundle. Everyone knows Mario 64. Alright, now getting on to the stuff that's not for this project and that I just bought for fun, but I still want to show you guys, because why not? Starting with the PS1 games. First up on the list, boom, Tales of Fantasia. Now, this is the first game in the Tales series. You may have heard of like Tales of Abyss, pretty popular game, RPG franchise. Plenty of games in the series. I haven't played any of them. This game was originally a Super Famicom game that got remade for the PS1. It's supposed to be kind of the definitive version outside of nostalgia, so excited to play it maybe someday. Let's take a look on the inside, check out the quality. Oh, look at this. This is great. So we actually have the obi here, which is, you know, pretty nice for collectors. You'll see this on the outside of game carts or CDs in Japan. Doesn't really mean anything, but it is a nice little collector bonus. Always nice to see. It looks clean, very clean, crisp manual here. Yep, gotta love these old video game manuals. Looks great. Also looks clean, look at that. That looks brand new. I think this one was 900 yen. Regardless, a classic game. I'm excited to play. I didn't even know they had a PS1 version of this until I saw it at the store. I've been looking for the Super Nintendo one, or Super Famicom one, but it's always pretty expensive, so I was happy to get this as a little bit of a steal. All right, next up on the list we got another Tales game. Boom! Tales of Destiny. It's another supposedly very good Tales game. Oh, look at this. We got the obi once again. Very nice. Oh, look at that art. Oh, I love that. Oh, this looks great. I love the style in this. Look at all this great art. This is a thick manual. Also very high quality, pristine, brand new. Oh, what is this? We got some art cards, perhaps? Oh yeah, look at this. We got little character bios. These look fantastic. Just like brand new, too. Sheesh, like that looks cool. Yeah, this is awesome. I don't know any of these characters, but it's an awesome little art collection to get with the game. I'm happy about that. So there's actually a remake of this game for the PS2 that's supposedly better, quote unquote better, unless you wanted a more retro experience and you'd play this one, but the PS2 version is kind of just better, so I've heard. And actually also have the PS2 version, but I still wanted to cop this PS1 version to complete the set. Up next, we have yet another Tales game. Boom, Tales of Eternia. I didn't even know there's this many Tales games on PS1. They just had them all in book off, so you know I had to pick them up. Once again, we got the obi. Very nice. We have an anime information booklet, perhaps. Something about the anime here. Clean, brand new, pretty much. No art booklet on this one, which is fine. I'm not sure if I'll play through all these games, maybe someday, but they're kind of on my list, and it's nice to have the full set in the collection. I'm not going to collect all of them because there's a bunch, but I think it's just the 3 for the PS1, so happy to get those. And I'm pretty sure these don't have American releases, so always nice to get those Japan exclusives. Great find. That concludes our PS1 Tales adventure. Moving on, I got one Sega Saturn game. Here it is, ba-boom, Dragon Force. I'll be honest, don't know much about this game. Thought it looked cool. Did a quick Google search. Apparently it's a very solid RPG. Wow, look at this. Okay, this manual's seen a little bit more love than the other ones, but still pretty good condition. And we got a little goodie. What's this? A map, perhaps? Oh yeah, we got a nice little map here. Oh, so cute. It's so little. Very cute. The continent, Legendra. Yeah, it looks fun. But yeah, apparently it's supposed to be a very good RPG. Maybe I'll play through it someday. Maybe I'll play through it on the stream. If you guys want to see me play through any of these games live on stream, let me know and I'll give them a try. And that concludes our Sega Saturn adventure. Moving on up in the ages, we have a singular GameCube game. We have ba-boom, Custom Robo Battle Revolution. Now I've been on the lookout for this game for a while here. We did get this game in the States, but there's also Custom Robo 1 and 2 for the N64, which is only in Japan, and I picked those up a while back. And then there's also a Game Boy Advance Custom Robo game that's only in Japan, of which I also picked up recently. So I was just missing this one to complete my set. So now I have the full Custom Robo set. So I was pretty excited to see this. Let's see, the condition on this case is pretty good. GameCube games can be kind of rough because of this cardboard sleeve, but this one's actually in pretty good condition. We got a little damage here, but overall, very nice. I'm happy with that. All right, that concludes our GameCube section. Moving on up, we have a couple of Wii games here. Now, you know I had to pick it up. It's everyone's favorite. You know it, you love it. Boom. Wii Sports, baby. So I mean, we all got Wii Sports, right? Nothing special, but I thought it was interesting because in America, obviously, there's no case for Wii Sports. It just comes in the little cardboard sleeve with the Wii. So I was kind of surprised to see that there was an actual case for it in the Japan version. So, you know, I had to pick it up. And who doesn't love a good Wii Sports? It's also only, what, 300 yen? So a couple bucks. Manual, it looks solid. We got a Club Nintendo. That's a throwback there. Obviously, this isn't a service they offer anymore, but I loved Club Nintendo back in the day. Yeah, it looks great. That's the Wii Sports. Great one to pick up for the collection. And then last but not least, we got another classic. Boom! Super Mario Galaxy. Love this game, one of my favorite 3D Mario games. They're working on my 3D Mario Japan collection. Oh, look at this. I feel like this disc is definitely different than the American version. I think the American version is just red, right? It's like pure red with just some stars on it or something. I don't think it's got Mario doing this little fallen action. This kind of reminds me of the Mario DDR GameCube cover art, to be honest. Not gonna be that many differences between the Japanese and American release, I'd imagine, but still a nice little one for the collection. And then, actually, speaking of Club Nintendo, I still have this nice little DS case I got from Club Nintendo back in the day. The thing's been holding up for many years. I still use it with my new 3DS. It's not in there right now because I was playing it, but yeah, fun little throwback to Club Nintendo. And then the last three things we got are right here. Boom, boom, boom. Now I'm not going to show you what these are because these I'm going to use later in this project, I think, but I don't have the money in the budget to actually buy these, so I'm buying these in advance for later. I'll show you what these are when we have enough money in the bank to purchase them, but for now, you can look forward to seeing what these games are. Pretty exciting. And that concludes our run to Book Off. Pretty successful, I do say so myself. Very happy with it. Got some nice games for my collection outside this project. And we got some nice games to add to our N64 bundle. So yeah, let's get these tested up and then we can get pictures taken for our listing, which I think I might actually list on eBay this time to the international market, because I think I can actually make a lot more money if I do that. So, but first, let's get these tested and pictures taken. All right, once again, it's update time. So it's been about a week or two, a little slow, but you know, I finally have some updates. So you know how I said I wanted to sell that on eBay to an international market? Yeah, about that. Not happening. So to sell internationally on eBay, you need to have a pay veneer, or not veneer, but I don't know, pay veneer account, which I don't have. So okay, that's fair enough. I will make that account so I can get paid. So I made the account, I registered, I submitted all my documents for registration, and they blocked my account. They didn't just reject my registration, they completely blocked my account. So I don't know how you block an account that doesn't exist, but that's what happened. I tried emailing support 5 times. They just kept sending me the same automated message, so my account's blocked for breaking the terms of service, which I don't even know how I can do that because I don't have an account. Regardless, I couldn't make an account, so I gave up on that eBay adventure and just went back to old reliable, Mercari. So I listed it up on Mercari at 9,000 yen, which I knew was a little expensive, but just to test the water, see what would happen. And it didn't move for a few days, so I dropped it down a little bit, and finally someone reached out, we did a little negotiation, and boom, we got a sale. Ended up selling it for 7,500 yen. Bada bing, bada boom. Not too shabby. So that's money right in the bank. But first we gotta take out the cost for the Mercari fee, which is 10%, plus the shipping fee, which I don't know yet. Because I'm shipping a bigger box, it'll get calculated when I bring it to the konbini later. Speaking of which, let's get her cleaned up, packed up, and off to the konbini for shipment. Let's go. Alright, I just got home from work and it's been about a week since we shipped out that 64. Good news, we got 5-star reviews, smooth sailing. And after that whole transaction is complete, minus fees and shipping, we have about 6,000 yen in the bank. Which means, you guessed it, it's shopping time. I actually wanted to go shopping last week, but there was a double typhoon, so it's a bit wet outside, so I wasn't able to go. But today, it's sunny, which means we can go to one of my favorite secondhand shops in Japan. That's right, we're going to Hard Off. Can't keep a straight face. Yep, that's the actual name of the store, Hard Off. I've never made a joke about it. It's a completely normal name. Anyways, it's a great store. It's got a lot of games, a lot of hardware, Hard Off. So yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you guys what they got and maybe adding a new game to our collection. I don't know, we'll see what we find. But first, I'm gonna get changed because I'm really hot. It's not raining today, but man, is it hot. It's not even summer yet in Japan, dang.
All right, we've safely arrived at Hard Off, one of my favorite chains in all of Japan. So today's goal is to try and find a Super Famicom game for the collection, as well as maybe some other miscellaneous hardware that we can make a profit on. Now, the best part about coming down to Hard Off is you never know what you're going to find. Case in point, we have this GameCube carrying travel case of some sort. Looks like you can fit in the console, some controllers, and games. Something I've never seen before, but it's always fun seeing official merch like this. But yeah, it's definitely way too expensive for anything I'd want to purchase, but still fun to look at, you know? Now we're heading down to the Super Famicom games. Now we're not looking at the loose ones, we want to look at the boxed guys. Right off the bat, I'm going straight for Donkey Kong Country, because I know this game is normally pretty cheap, but I was actually a little surprised to see it was not that cheap, so that goes right back on the shelf. It was actually cheaper at Book Off, so I'll be picking it up at Book Off, if anywhere. Although these boxes are in very nice condition, so who knows, maybe I will be buying these later on. Moving down, we're taking a look at Super Mario Kart. Also a little expensive for what I want to be spending today, but a game we'll have to be eventually buying for a collection. Taking a look at Super Mario World, another classic, but also a little expensive. Another classic alert, Mario RPG. Recently played through this game for the first time on the Super Famicom, and it was a great game, but still outside the budget for today. Moving down to the Final Fantasy games, and now we're talking. This is a much more in budget and with a line to the prices I normally see for this guy. So I'm very excited to pick this guy up. Now they had a couple different boxes here that I was torn between on which one I wanted to buy. So on the left here, it's kind of hard to see. The box was very pristine, very white, not discolored at all. However, there was a label saying there was some damage to the manual, whereas the box on the right was a little more discolored, but no damage to the manual. So I was pretty torn, so I just threw both in my cart to deal with later. And I had to make a quick pit stop at the junk section just to see if there's anything of value hiding away. Here we got Crash 3. Definitely don't need that one, but it's always fun to see. Now here's another game that always catches my eye, but I still haven't gone around picking up. We have Hey You Pikachu on the N64. It's so cheap. It's only like, what, 1,600 yen? But it's always either missing the microphone or the cover for the microphone or the manual, so I just haven't ever gotten around to picking it up. Here we got Final Fantasy Tactics for 100 yen, which is an excellent price. I'll probably pick this guy up, but oh no, no manual. So that's a no-go for me. Moving down to the PS1 section, I always got to take a look for my personal collection. Here we have Ore no Ryori, a game I've been on the eye out for, but it was a PlayStation the best, so that's a no-go. You have Alundra, another game I wanted, but no manual. And I was just like looking through all these random old RPGs and Japanese exclusive games I never heard of, because they're always so interesting. We got some PS2 games, some Shinobi. Never played it, but I've heard good things, so maybe I'll pick it up. If you guys are big fans, let me know in the comments which is the best one to get. Now here's a fun little bit of retro gear that caught my eye. This is the DS Television. So this is a Japan exclusive where it's just a game cartridge with antenna attached to it that you can plug into your DS and watch live TV. And apparently it still works, so I definitely want to pick it up at some point, but not today. Taking a look at the consoles here, it's always fun to see these old Super Famicom consoles in box. Definitely outside the budget, but always fun to look at. Now we're heading down to the junk hardware section. Definitely more of my wheelhouse. We're trying to look out for a console that's cheap and that we can resell for some decent value. So first up, we had this Dreamcast for only 2,200 yen, but it was pretty yellow, so decided to take a pass on that one. Thought about maybe getting a Super Famicom, but I actually ended up deciding on these PS1s. So they looked like they were in great shape, no problems listed on the tag, so decided to go with that. I thought we could make some value there. Now it's console only, so I decided to also pick up some controllers and some cables so we could increase the value on our listing. Now, if you ever find yourself in Japan in hard off looking at the junk section, make sure you read the tag, or at least Google Translate the tag, because they list out everything that's wrong with the console and why it's labeled as junk. So definitely worth your time to read through why it's junk. And before heading out, I thought I'd just take a look at a few of these GameCube games just for the heck of it. We got some Chibi Robo, Pokemon games that I don't have in my collection yet, but decided not to pick anything up today. Although I almost picked up this Pokemon Coliseum, but there was no cover for it, and definitely want the cover, so no GameCube games today. And here you can see me once again contemplating which of these Final Fantasy VI I want to pick up, and you'll just have to wait till later in the video to see which one I eventually decided on.
Alright, we're back from hard off, so let's take a look at what we got. But before I show you that, there's a few other things I want to show you. So a few weeks back, I was out at the movies, and after the movie, we had some time to kill, and there just happened to be a book off nearby, so one thing led to another. I went to book off, and I had to pick up some games. So I thought I'd show you guys what I picked up. I didn't have my camera with me at the time, so no footage, but I still want to show you the games regardless. First up, on the PS2, I picked up this guy, Ba-boom, Parappa the Rapper 2. I was actually introduced to the series from PlayStation All-Stars a while back. I have the first game on the PS1, but I didn't even know that there was a sequel, so when I saw it, I had to pick it up. And let's take a look at this manual. What do we got here? Looks kind of interesting, maybe a map situation going on. Got a little guy on there. Let's take a look. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, look at this. Wow, ain't that fun? That's got some style and some character to it. Yeah, it's the manual for the game, just in a very fun package. Oh, I love that. Kick, punch, chop, block, Mike can, PG Barry. Yeah, like I said, I haven't really played this game too much, but I know it's got a lot of goofy characters and goofy music. It's supposed to be a good cult classic, so. But again, I don't know much about the second one, so you guys will have to let me know if you've ever played it and if you recommend it. Moving on, my second and final purchase at the book off was this guy right here. Doshin the Giant. So this game was never released in America, so I had to pick it up. I've been looking for it for a minute here for the GameCube, as you can see, but originally this was actually a N64 disc drive game. As much as I want that version, I won't be buying that one for obvious reasons. Oof. Anyways, so yeah, this is the first time I've actually seen this one in the store, so I had to pick it up. It was only 900 yen, I believe. And as you probably noticed, we have some quite severe damage here on the case, which is a bummer, but with these GameCube games, it's kind of to be expected. But outside of that, it's in okay shape, but let's take a look on the inside. Disc looks clean, as to be expected. And this manual looks a little less clean, but that's all right. It's still here. We have the manual. It's still plenty readable. I think this game was released in the EU, perhaps? I'm not sure. But I think a lot of people were introduced to this guy because his trophy in Smash. I think Melee? Anyways, that's a fun little game. Looking forward to playing that one, giving it a shot. If you guys have ever played it, let me know. That concludes my book off run. And I have one other set of games I want to show you. So last weekend, I was at a Final Fantasy brass orchestra concert, which was just fantastic. We even had Nobuo Uematsu was there emceeing the whole thing, which was just fantastic. After the concert, we headed down to a music store to just look at some instruments. So happened to be in the same building a retro game store. So, I had to check it out, and one thing led to another, and bada bing, bada boom, I picked up some games. So I thought I'd show you guys what I picked up, because I think I got some goodies. First up on the list, we have Ore no Ryori, or My Cooking. So this is another Japanese exclusive game. I don't know much about it. I just know it's on the good imports to look out for list, so I thought I'd pick it up. Seems kind of interesting, kind of fun. Very Japanese. Well, as you can see, it was 1,500 yen. Pretty good price. If you noticed in the video before, I actually saw this at Hard Off as well, but it was the PlayStation the best, so bleh. So we had to make sure we got the real version for 1,500 yen. So yeah, let's open it up and see what we got. Wow, that's a tough sticker. Ooh. Oh, and this sticker's on the inside. That sucks, but maybe it'll come off nice. Yeah, that's a problem for later. Yeah, the case is showing some damage. Not damage, but some wear. No chips or anything, just some dirt. Some scuffs. Let's take a look at the inside. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's fun. It's like a ramen bowl. Cute. Let's take a quick look at the manual, see the damage. Oh no, that's clean. We got some fun little characters, very colorful. Gotta love old video game manuals. A lot of Japanese, good practice. Got some ramen, beer, drinks, hamburgers. I have no idea what this game is. Yeah, maybe I'll play it on stream with you guys. We'll learn about it together. Let me know if that sounds interesting. Yeah, Orino cooking. Orino jori, my cooking. So yeah, moving on to the next pickup of the day. This guy, Alundra. So I've never actually played this game. I just have heard that it's like a cult classic RPG on the PS1. I've been looking for it for a while, so I was happy. Yeah, I've been looking for it for a while. Again, a sticker, dang. Ooh. Yeah, I've been looking for this one for a while, so I was very happy to see it at a good price and in good condition. Again, if you remember from the Hard Off clips, we actually saw this one at Hard Off as well, but it didn't have the manual, so that's a no-go. So but this one is complete in box. So let's take a look in here. Oh, and look again, we got the Obi. Always nice to see. Got a thick manual here. Sheesh. Oh, maybe a little map action going on. Oh, this is crisp. This is brand new. Oh, look at these fun little character designs. A nice little art style going on. This is great. I love this kind of stuff. We got here, presumably a map. Man, this is crisp. This is like brand new. This is not a very helpful looking map, but it's a map nonetheless. And we got maybe some character bios and a zoom in on this town, presumably the first town of the game. Again, I have no idea about this game. So yeah, that's a great pickup for what was it, 1,700 yen? Not bad at all. Then that concludes the Osaka game store adventure. I'll definitely be going back to that game store. They had a lot of stuff. I didn't have that much time to look around, but they had a lot of fun collectibles to just look at. So I have marked it on Google Maps, and I'll definitely be going back with my camera next time to show you guys more of the store. Anyways, on to the main attraction we've all been waiting for. We got Final Fantasy VI for the Super Famicom. Complete in box, baby. So as you may have seen during my Hard Off clip, as you may have seen during the Hard Off clips, I was very much debating which one to get. So the two options were, the first one was a slightly dirty box, but with no damage on the inside, or this one, which is like a brand new, very white, very clean, no damage box with some damage on the instruction manual. So I rolled the dice going for the instruction manual damaged one because it just seemed, this box was just too perfect to pass up. So if we want to go through our little Japanese learning corner here real quick, we have Setsume Sho ni, which is Setsume Sho is just instruction manual. It's one way to write it. Setsume is explanation. Sho is like a booklet. Ni, on, we have Itami, which means like damage or something disagreeable. And then Ari, which means arimasu, exists. So there's some disagreeable or damage on the instruction manual. But that's okay. Knowing Japan is probably not going to be that bad, and I'm okay with rolling the dice. So let's open this up together and see what we got. This one's definitely going to need scissors. Let's get her opened up. That's very tightly wrapped. This is kind of scary. Ooh, I don't want to damage it. Oh, this is terrifying. Oh, I hate this. It's not really a good entry point on here. I think we're just gonna have to go for it on the back. Be gentle. Oh, this is not fun. Oh, this is not a good way to do this, huh? Oh, success. All right, successfully did it. I don't think I damaged the box at all. Let's open her up. This is tightly wrapped. My goodness. Oh yeah, forgot the price on this guy. So this was $16.50 with tax, so that's $16.50 out of the budget, but you know, that's all right. This is a classic game. I had to pick it up, especially after going to that Final Fantasy concert. I was in a bit of a Final Fantasy mood, so had to pick it up. Oh, that's still too tight. Oh, there she is. Man, I'm always impressed to see how well these cardboard boxes held up. I guess that's just Japan for you. Yeah, that is pristine. Wowzers. I love that. All right, let's open it up and see what we got going on inside. How bad is the damage? Let's find out. Oh, I see the damage. I have a feeling that's going to be all there is. Let's see. There it is. And there's the damage. Look at that. Terrible. Obviously, I'm exaggerating here. That's barely anything at all. But yes, there is a little rip there, and that's enough to cause concern. So I think, oh, and we got a little, oh yeah, there's little folds in the back here. Not pristine, but I think we made the right decision going for the clean box one, because this manual still looks pretty nice, I would say. Yeah, this is a couple marks and bends on it, but man, nothing to warrant not purchasing it. This is still very nice. Look at that, that's a beautiful manual. Got all the goodies in there. Got some art. Ooh, look at this guy. I've actually never played Final Fantasy VI, so I'm looking forward to playing through it. I just finished 9, so maybe this will be next on the list. We got Setzer, I know him from Kingdom Hearts 2. And these characters are goofy. I love when Final Fantasy is goofy. All right, so yeah, that's a really cool artwork on the front there. Yeah, this is great. Very good condition. Very happy with this purchase. Moving on to the game itself. Look at this, it's even wrapped. Obviously not originally sealed packaging, but still sealed enough. And yeah, that's pretty much pristine. That's brand new. I mean, it's not, but my goodness, that's in beautiful shape. Nothing to say about that. That is just beautiful. Oh, we got something else sitting here below the game. What could be waiting for us? We got an advertisement perchance? Yes, Final Fantasy. Oh, again, for the anime. There was an anime for Final Fantasy? Interesting, got pretty bad bend in there, but I guess that's unavoidable with how it was set. Let's get this packed back up. So yeah, this is great. Very happy with this purchase. This will be going up on the shelf as the first purchase for the series. What an absolute classic to start us off with. In Final Fantasy VI. Absolute banger. Or so I've been told. Never actually played it. But I know the music's good at the very least, so. Again, there she is, Final Fantasy VI, going up on the shelf. Thank you, Hard Off. And then to wrap off our Hard Off purchases, we got this PS1. So yeah, this was from the junk category, but the tag on it did say it worked just fine. I think it was junk because it's not super clean, but I mean, I think it's pretty clean. It's classic Japan. Maybe this footer is a little dirty, so it's junk. So yeah, they had a couple different models there. This was the 7500. So I spent a little bit more money on the 7500 over the 5500 because I believe they sell for a little bit more online. So yeah, we picked this guy up for I think what, $22.50, and then we also had to pick up a controller for it, which was $1100, which kind of hurt because that was almost as much as the console, but this is how it goes. And we got the composite cables to go with it and a power adapter, which is not in my room right now, but we got the power adapter as well to get the full complete set, which we'll be selling in the next video. Putting this all together, that subtracts what, like just about 4,000 yen. But there was one other little bonus. So I actually have an account with Hard Off, believe it or not. And I had some points that were set to expire the next day. So I'm glad I went to Hard Off, it worked out. So I had to use about 500 points. So that's 500 yen off, and we take those. So I want to knock 500 yen off the whole purchase, which brings today's Hard Off purchases all together to 5,000 yen. So we'll take 5,000 yen out of the bank and eventually, hopefully, get this PS1 sold. But first, let's get all these games on the shelf, shall we? All right, well, that was a pretty successful run to Hard Off, if I do say so myself. I mean, who doesn't love a good Hard Off, am I right? Anyways, so yeah, we were able to get Final Fantasy VI, complete in box, added to the collection, first one of the series. Very exciting. We were also able to pick up the PS1. It was a little bit more expensive than I was hoping for, but I still think we'll be able to turn a profit on it in the next episode. And with that, I think we're going to wrap up today's episode. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun making this episode, and I'll definitely be continuing on with this series moving forward. Hopefully adding a lot more games to the shelf. If you have any comments, make sure to leave them down below. I'd love to know your thoughts or any ideas on how I can improve the series, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, maybe less biking, I don't know. But yeah, let me know down below. So yeah, I'm looking forward to episode 2. Hope you are as well. This has been Patrick from Region Unlocked, signing off. Catch you in the next one.